Party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew. It's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Rog Smuve and Los. Rumble Aldo NICE is the uncle.
Sometime I be thinking I might have been born in the wrong era. It's the year 2020. Sometime I think I might have should have came out, look, the 70s or like maybe even like the 20s or something, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like in the year modern day 2020, man, some shit I still cannot get with, bruh. AKA, we coined the term the internet era. And with this just brings me to my next point. It's like in the generation, the era that I find myself in, it's like if it ain't happening on social media, it ain't real or it ain't happening. And just how I live my life and just how I go about maneuvering, dog, 80 to 95% of things is not hitting the web. Point two is like I really don't like people in my mix like that, which all reverts back to kind of like the the juxtaposition of like trying to look lit in 2020. And with all this, I just think, if I just with my demeanor, my personality, they tell me I got an old soul, man, I think I should have been out in the 70s, with Cosby and boys when they was partying all night, swinging, doing the damn thing. Not in the internet era, bruh.
I say, whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend Podcast. It's your man Aldo NICE.
It's your boy Rog Smuve.
Wow, it's your boy Los, a.k.a. C.A.P.
I mean,
I ain't mad at him, though. Because if you think about it, boys was moving real, kind of free back then. I mean, you was still racism is a little different. But I mean, I guess for me, I guess it's like, where were you in that era? Were you poor in that era? Were you the regular working man? Or you was up there rich? You know what I'm saying? If you had the cheese in that era, yeah, you was that boy. But if you was the regular poor working man, with a little 9 to 5 or a 9 to 9, or
I
2 or 3 of them
think stuff stayed
things.
open till 9 o'clock in that era. I think stuff was actually a 9 to 5. Everything closed at 5. Go home or go to the happy.
You think so?
Or the bootleg.
That means something was open. I don't know. But I guess for me, it depends on what you were at that era. Like where were your social? What is it? What you call it? Where was your social status?
Socioeconomic
that.
status. Yeah,
socioeconomic status in that era for you to be lit.
I mean, it's an interesting question. Anytime you hear somebody ask that, they say or make that comment that I could have been born in a different era. And I think he's funny that he went back 50 years and he went back another 50 years. He was like the 70s and then the 20s, right? If I could go back to any time in life and have technology, and I'm the only one who got that technology, I'm about going back wherever. I could go back to slavery times if I could have guns in the internet. Like
the machine gun.
I don't think that's what he was saying. You're saying go back to the times of the times, not to go back.
Yeah. So my point is, if I'm just going back to the time, then I think that works differently for any black person who's having this conversation. Because I don't think black people necessarily want. I mean, it seems cool in your head. Oh, I want to go back to the Harlem Renaissance, but you really want them boys walking up to you talking about, get off the goddamn street, nigga. Do you really want that?
Hey,
and
yeah.
You can't really do nothing about it? Do you really want to potentially get lynched for Raj? Do you want to potentially go
Oh, it's a rap on Raj.
It's a rap on it's a rap on a lot of things if you go back past the 1960s. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like that it's an interesting question because I believe white folks could probably look at that question a lot differently than we could. They'd probably be like, hell yeah. I'll go back to
fuck it.
17, whatever. But I mean, if we go back far enough, if y'all saying, hey, we're gonna go back to the 1300s and we're going back to like the Mali Empire or some shit, or okay, fuck it. I'll go back to Africa on some shit. See what is popping on back there, but I'm not going back to American segregation, Jim Crow era.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with it.
I think the 70s.
Colored water fountains.
He said the 20s. I'm not going back to the 20s. Like that's a little bit too far. And then the funny thing about that is we're in the 20s right now.
Yeah, right.
So I don't really even want to go back to this.
You go back to baggy jeans.
I think
the 90s.
I think the perfect thing for me would have been to like go to college, like being like kind of college age in the 90s. Like I would have wanted to go to college in the 90s.
So I was listening to a little podcast, and it was Bill Simmons and Ryan Russillo, and they was talking about how when they were in high school and college, how they were scared to even smash because they was like everybody was scared that they was gonna get something because they was going to school and like the AIDS epidemic was like huge in like the late 80s. So when they was going to college in like 1990, 1989, like that was just huge. And I was like, I think we caught a lot of that too because we was growing up watching MTV and it was like, hey man, you're going to get them pregnant, you're going to get that gangster, stop like whatever. Mm-hmm. So I think we got that a little bit as far as being safe. I think right before that gangster drop, right before, like, that's what they're going to be saying in 30, 40 years after this. Right before that Rona. No, but right before that. right before that, like, let's say by 81, 79. Oh, yeah, boys was probably doing whatever they wanted to do. It was probably a little bit insane. But, Raj, you said you would like to go to... I think I'd like to go to college in the 80s. I think that'd have been fun. Like, lose the technology.
But college in the 80s, that's... The 80s, you can't spell... 80s without AIDS, so I think I would want to know it's out there. If that's what the deciding factor is, I would want to know that it's out there rather than just it be COVID-19 or COVID-80. Like I don't want to. But you say
not
know it's there.
Cheat codes. If we go back to the 80s, would rubber still be readily available, or when you go into a store, would they be like, "What you want a what? What?" Here, this lamb skin. Nah, bro, I don't want that. Give me the real thing. And them boys gonna be like, no, who wants that? Nobody wants that. Is that a cheat code by knowing that information, right?
I mean, I think rubbers, I don't know the history of rubbers, but I'm pretty sure that they've been readily available for a long time. Boys.
Okay, go ahead.
Rather not use them.
But yeah, my point is, I think they were always here. But readily available means at every gas station, anywhere you go, look for one. Like in the 80s, they might have been like a niche thing that people wasn't like using. But shit, we don't know. But
I don't even know what kind of store they had in the 80s. Like Walmart? Did we have Walmart in the 80s?
No, they had Piggly Wiggly in the corner store. They had cones in the corner store.
But did they? They might have. We only got them lambskins, which is only like what 30%.
No, they had them. They had actual rubber. In there, like real rubber, and they it was all one size though. Like it wasn't you couldn't get no large there or no extra large there. It was all one size, and they weren't lubricated. You had to put Crisco oil on them.
I'm actually looking it up right now. In Louisiana, they use Boudin.
Boudin skin. I had heard that a couple of times.
The Boudin skin, yeah. So you eat Boudin and you smash.
Got you.
Okay.
Got you.
So that thing really smell like pig.
Smell like clean it. So that's why they used to refer to that thing. Boys used to refer to that thing as that hog. I'm gonna pull that hog out. Like it was.
But really had a hog.
Really had hog particles all over their member. I don't know. Yeah, I mean it's cool. I think like the reason I say I might mess with that 80s is because I think that 80s was like it was a little live, cutting like just the music. Like I could see myself with rock, highly rock. Everybody want to highly rock, like some old Crush Groove shit, like hitting some little dance steps and stuff. I think I could rock with that age.
Hitting the MC Hammer,
but that's 90s. I feel like a little bit, right?
That's 90s.
That was the beginning of the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm. The 90s though, shit, you mess around and you could do some like go to Freaknik and stuff like that. So that might be cool too.
Nah, that's where I'm trying to go.
I just hate that we can't go in these time machines without the cheat code, right? Like I can't go back to the 80s and know Michael Jordan gonna win 6 championships and then.
I definitely could. I would be rich right now.
I want to go Marty McFly.
That's what I said. I'm Marty McFly the whole thing.
Exactly. Just go all the way back in time and say, "Hey, them boys gonna be trying to come get y'all. Be ready," and then just be ready. On the shores.
I thought about this shit the other day. I said if I could go back on some sports gambling stuff, I was like, dog, I wouldn't go back to 1991 to know that the Bulls gonna win. I go back to 2016. I wouldn't go back far. I just go back by 2-3 years. I know who gonna win every big thing
and bet everything.
Yeah. I'm betting everything.
Bet big on the Giants
What?
to beat the Patriots. When was that?
What? No, I mean, not even that. I'm going
to
to go bet $50 that UMBC is going to beat.
Oh yeah,
they're going to beat.
Play the tournament.
Who they beat? Virginia in the first round, and I'd be like,
get big stupid money out the tournament.
Just one.
I think you can't. It's perfect because of the way time works. The way time works, if you go back too far and you start like, okay, now you're making headlines and then you change. It's like the butterfly effect. Exactly. So you got to go back like last year, before people get on to you and be like, oh, this dude. Hey, just to let y'all know, they got a dude named named Aldo NICE.
But won everything.
They've been winning since 2000.
Well,
you can't go back to
that's literally what happened to Biff Tannen, right? They was like, Biff Tannen built his empire on winning sports.
Of gambling.
That wasn't a very proper depiction of, I think, what would happen if you went back in time.
What, Biff Tannen?
You have to go back to like 1 year.
Oh, Biff Tannen, he over, because he was Biff. He overdid it. He overdid.
Yeah, he OD'd that.
OD'd
that heavy.
I would bet everything, but I would bring in like a small circle of dudes, and I'd be like, look. And I'd probably play it real smart, like you said, Raj. I'll take some L's too. I take some L's knowing I'm going to take some L's just to kind of even it out. But then I might spread out them bets and be like, hey, look, I'm 100% sure that the Cavaliers are going to come back from this 3-1 deficit. Yeah. Take that for what you want, and I need y'all to bet the house on it. like that kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, okay. So
I'm gonna take the L and pick the Warriors. All right, but y'all got to come through with this one.
Yeah,
man.
This is the one y'all come through for. The one y'all come through for the team. So,
and we're gonna bust.
You know what? You know what? Let me actually. I think the internet is so instant that if you was to bet, local Houstonite bets $1 million that the Cavaliers are going to come back. Like, news is so instant. Now you have to go back to the days where it's like not instant. But you'd have to go back to.
You're absolutely right about that. But if I go back to the 90s, I'm gonna have to go to Vegas to place that bet.
So what's wrong with that?
No, I'm not even saying that. And I think it's funny that you said local Houstonian put $1 million. See, the way I would, betting, I would put like 10,000 that they're gonna come back. Versus a 3-1 deficit, which would be some crazy number like plus 17. Like, you know what I mean? Like that 10,000 might mess around and win me 600,000. Like, I do it like that. I wouldn't be betting $1 million.
Why not? I bet $1 million. Why not $1 million?
I don't know because
I know what's gonna happen.
If 10,000 when you 600,000,
it raised eyebrows.
You done bankrupt the casino.
But you might be right, though, right? I might need to get it while it's hot because once 2020 hit, what else I'm going to bet on? That coronavirus about to happen?
You only have one. You only have one shot. Yeah. Once you win, you done altered history. Yeah. So you only got one shot, 1 day.
Okay. So then I'm betting $1 million on the UMBC against Virginia, the one with the long Howard football going to beat whoever they beat that a couple years ago. I'm going to take that big long shot, stupid bet.
You just do invest in shit early that you know about the pop.
Fair enough. The Forrest Gump.
Invest in something early. Yeah, invest in it early before you know what's going on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Catch them early. Put all your money in there and wait a couple of years till you get that billion.
I got a lot of feedback on that when I talked about Forrest Gump on my social media the other day. I was talking down on Jenny because Jenny, whatever. But that's a classic movie. Rumble said that's his favorite movie of all times. Forrest
Gump.
Mm-hmm.
I think Forrest Gump is the best movie of all time. I don't think it's my favorite movie, but I think it's it's the best movie.
I think we've talked about this before. I think the best movie of all time is Shawshank Redemption, but that's
she's on Netflix right now.
Yeah, you can't.
I disagree.
And there's no women in the Shawshank Redemption. It's all dudes. So I don't know, what does that say about me? I don't know.
Right.
Pause.
Yeah, I guess it's pause. And I heard Los the other day had told me that he thought the best movie of all time was Magic Mike. So I don't know, what does that say about you, Los?
He tried to throw me in
the Black Magic Mike. What's the Black Magic Mike?
Don't put me in there with you. Don't put me in there with you.
Los,
take your own little lick.
What's the Black Magic Mike called, Los?
Oh, Magic Jamie on.
You stupid, man.
He danced at the liquor store.
Why are you still laughing at that ridiculous stuff? Hey, let me let y'all know what burned my Boudin this week, man. Kind of piggyback off of Raj, what he was just saying. I think this burns my Boudin. When Netflix asks me, "Are you still watching?" That burns my Boudin.
That's actually the opposite of how I feel about it, because sometimes I watch it to go to sleep and I don't want it to run all night.
They want you to kind of stay near where the last thing you saw. Maybe you forgot, but if it run the whole thing, you won't come back to continue watching.
If I'm watching me a little series and I'm binge watching, and I'm 3 episodes in, and that boy just stopped me and said, "Hey, you still watching?" Man, where the remote at? Damn, I gotta press the. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm watching.
You just reckless with your remote.
You say what now?
You just reckless with your remote. You need to buy you a tile. Put on your remote.
A little Velcro and put it on the side of my pants.
Something. If you want to do it that way, whatever you need to do, but I'm reckless with my remote too. It's the pot calling the kettle black, but I'm saying I like that feature. I love that feature.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that at all.
No. I mean, I'm a sleep timer on my TV, daddy, and even if the Netflix keep running when the sleep timer go off, that's fine. I'm gonna remember where I was. That's a minor. Well, it's a minor inconvenience for me to go back and be like, yeah, I remember going to sleep on this. I'm pretty good at remembering when I went to sleep, like on what things.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty good.
I'm not.
I'm pretty damn good at that.
I think I might towards like when I get to deep sleep, I might like wake up and kind of like look up and see a spot, and then whenever I try to rewatch where I was at, I always get to a point where it's like, I saw this already, huh? Like I'm not sure of where I stopped off, so that's interesting.
So
just instant.
I say that, and then I went to watch Ozark season 3 the other day, and I was like, but I never watched Ozark season 2. I never really finished it, so I went back and started watching the episodes. I watched episode 1, and I was like, oh, I've seen this. And then I started watching episode like 2 and 3, and I was like, okay, I've seen these. Let me just go to another one. I went to like episode 6, and currently I'm on episode 10, and I've seen them all. I watched the whole season. I watched the whole season.
Yeah.
I watched the whole
season. So you don't
season.
remember?
No, I mean, I remember particular episodes, but...
Oh, yeah.
This was I'm talking about the next day when I wake up and I'm trying to watch it again, I'm going to remember. I guess a year later, I don't remember. Does Netflix have a feature that says, hey... Well, yeah, Netflix does have a feature to say you've watched this, but, I'm not on my same Netflix account that I was on a couple months ago.
Oh. That's not funny.
So I gotta work on these type of things. Man, listen, let me tell you another thing that burns my Boudin this week. Another thing that burns my Boudin is Lent during Corona season. How many times on a big Friday I didn't bit into some big juicy No, I'm not about to give y'all the satisfaction of finishing that sentence.
Go ahead. Please. Please go ahead.
That I have broken penance in not eating seafood on Fridays. I just never remember it's Friday because it's coronavirus, and I'm like, damn, I just ate some big chicken or something on
links.
I don't know, Raj. Have you been tripping up or no?
Nah, I've been good.
Okay. Well, you see, so like last week when you were talking about how you were mad that you had to go to work. Well, shit, you get to go to work and it keeps you right with the Lord. So you should think,
but
small victories.
But outside of that, I've been cooking a lot.
Okay.
So I haven't really even spent much money on food outside of my house. Like it's just been grocery food that I've been eating, stuff that I bought at the grocery store. Not
look at him being a good man.
Or lunch food, So
lunch food.
I've been good.
I mean, when I say I'm eating chicken and stuff, it's literally chicken I'm making. Oh, whatever I'm making, sliders, and I'm like, oh snap, it's Friday, and I'm just missing it. Los, you been doing a lot of you cooking as well?
Yeah, man, I've been cooking it up. At least something for 2 days, because I ain't about to sit and cook every single day. But I haven't eaten out. That's not like that. Nah.
Some people are really eating out every day, and they're saying these are their reasons. They like, I'm eating out to help support business, but then they also saying I'm gonna keep eating out until like they stop people from eating
shut
out.
it down.
And then I'll have all of my food that I done bought from the grocery store still here, like I done stockpiled. I don't want to eat my stockpile while I can still eat out. That's crazy to me.
Well, I'm just gonna go back and stockpile. That's my plan. So
I don't have food that's gonna just last like that. Like I don't know. I guess I never
shopping
really been I never really been like a can guy
or a freezer guy.
Like stuff that's gonna last.
I was about to say, you don't have a freezer.
I do have a freezer, but it's not the biggest freezer, so I can put stuff in there, but it's not. I don't have a deep freezer. I don't have I'm not gonna go kill a deer and then just put all of the meat in there.
Venison.
I'm gonna eat this meat whenever they stop serving. I'm gonna eat all this. I like to call it deer because that's what it is.
Backstraps. You know? Eat them backstraps, boy.
I'm not gonna eat I don't have that. I just got a regular freezer, and no, I cannot stockpile it. And I don't like stockpiling. I don't like an ugly freezer.
I don't care what you do, Raj. It's called venison when you eat it. No. He said I like to call it deer when I eat it. I like that, though. Venison. Who came up with that? That venison is the name of deer.
It's the same person that came up with poultry for chicken.
Yeah.
Like, it's all different. But
it's just
you say
meat,
eat chicken.
Meat.
You don't say, let me get the poultry sandwich.
Meat from a deer is venison. So I guess meat from a chicken is poultry. Meat from a cow is beef. We say beef. I mean, veal is meat from something. Some animal.
I know. The boys in Louisiana
that's lamb, ain't it?
Deer sausage. I got deer sausage. So I don't really hear venison sausage too much.
I'm actually there was a lady who used to work at our school who every morning she was like, yeah, I got some regular sausage and I got some venison. She used to say that every morning. And the venison always tastes like it had little buckshots in it. I know it didn't, but I couldn't convince myself that it didn't.
Yeah. You still ate it though.
I know, yeah, it was rolling. That's why. She in her little office, she had a loaf of white bread. Shout out, man! This podcast brought to you by Ms. Watts. She used to have a loaf of white bread and venison and regular sausage in there, and just be like, "Y'all come get y'all some breakfast." What?
How much you sell it for?
No, come get you some sausage.
Oh man, I'm in there every morning.
I used to have a sign like that on my door in college.
Eating there every morning.
Just come get you some sausage.
Get you some sausage.
Just come get you some sausage. But I mean, it didn't really work good because it was an all boys dorm. But anyway, let me tell you another thing.
It probably did work good.
That's probably why the Shawshank Redemption.
Let me tell you another thing that burned my boot at this week.
You gonna edit that part out?
No, I'm not, man. Good job, Slam Dunkin' Nose, man. Let me tell you another thing that burned my boot at this week. Bums who think that I'm putting down that window during Rona season. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey man, it's this. Then he be like, put it out like I don't want to much. I want to talk. Man, we not talking right now. It's a pandemic, bro. I'm not talking to you, dog. What if you happen to just bum spit me in my face or in my car? On my handle. Like, come on, bro. Relax, dog. Just
bum spit me.
If social distance for regular people is 6 feet, it got to be 12 for bums. Selling flowers
that is
and
insane.
Who's giving a rose to anybody?
You window down for them bums during Rona season?
I don't put my window down for bums during regular non-Corona season.
Oh, you an asshole then. You ain't never gave a bum.
But I also don't call them bums. So
you call them venison.
Okay. Or poetry. Fucking with you, poetry.
You call them, do you say, these transient human beings? I think that's what they call
homeless people.
Transients. Home impaired.
That's worse. Life impaired people.
I'm just like, nah, but I'm not putting that window down there now. I mean, and I'm like, what are you doing, dog? Why are you coming? No, bro. Not today.
Don't put that Corona water on my windshield. Like, you gotta relax.
Instead, maybe we should do. You know how I gave y'all a guide for what we should do. I mean, I've been giving you dropping jewels, man. Giving y'all guides on how to work from home, guides on how to watch your kids, guides on just a whole bunch of different things that we give guides on how to deal with your barber during the coronas. So this is the bum one. If you want to give money to bums, when you come to a corner where a bum is not at, just throw some change on the ground right there.
But you got to throw it in the medium though.
Yeah, throw it in the medium.
You know,
throw some change. Make the kind that float, not the kind that jingle. Throw it in. Throw a little dollar bill in the median. Any kind of person who behind you in the car, they're not about to go grab that dollar because they like, man, you might have that Rona. Throwing that thing out there. Only people who picking that dollar up is them boys. Cause I don't know.
Oh, you can hook.
I don't know if you saw on my Snapchat about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, there was $1, a full, nice looking dollar bill.
Oh yeah, outside
bill on the ground, and I said, I'm not the one.
It wasn't any other time. He said any other time I would go outside and go get that, but
absolutely, I had plenty of time. I had at least 10 minutes to pick up that dollar until some owl picked it up.
The who?
Drake.
Oh, it might have been me. Man, look, let me tell y'all another thing that burned my Boudin this week. Now, Raj, I think you're gonna appreciate this one. So I saw online the other day that they're trying to spearhead real NBA basketball players playing 2K in some kind of a tournament online, and I mean on TV, and you're gonna watch them. And the two names they dropped were Donovan Mitchell and Kevin Durant. You know, two of the first coronavirus people. So real ballers playing 2K on TV burns my Boudin.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah. I don't like the fact, like, as if them boys don't have enough celebrity. Like, there's actual professional gamers out there.
Preach.
Like, I think 2K has a league. Let me watch them boys play. I don't want to see Damian Lillard. I don't know what them boys' skills are in 2K. Just because they're Damian Lillard and Kevin Durant, whoever it is, Donovan Mitchell and Kevin Durant, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't think they make
Come watch Kevin Durant get dressed. Like, I don't care to watch that man get dressed.
Well, you do watch him model and walk into, like, I mean, I don't mean it like that, but we do care about them walking into the arena and seeing what they're wearing.
That's more so about the outfit for me. Like, it's like, so let me see what he wore.
So
not him getting dressed.
So devil's advocate, couldn't someone say, well, I'd rather watch models walk down a runway than watch basketball players walk down this little tarp runway to go to the game? I don't know, just devil's advocate. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, and I answer my response, my Angels response is that them boys are on their way to go do something that I'm about to watch. So typically, whenever I'm watching them boys walk. Yeah, sure, they can get the model to walk down and then show them in the locker room with the same outfit, but it's too much.
But on All-Star Weekend, probably like I would say about 5 years ago, they had a fashion show. I don't know if you remember that. It was like
I do remember that.
Klay Thompson, DeMarcus Cousins, J.R. Smith had that fucking that fox. Didn't he have that fox, Daddy?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember the whole thing. I just remember James Harden had on some lubes. Some red bottoms that was all spiky.
Yeah. No, you remember the little fox that you wore for New Year's Eve that one year? J.R. Smith had that. Well, no, his was fox.
Venison.
his was chinchilla.
Boy had a chow on.
What you think about it, Los? What you think about NBA ballers hooping?
I mean, I feel like I think it's really dumb. They got people who out here play that game just as much as they work on the actual real game. Mm-hmm. So I don't see the purpose of them really doing that, especially me wasting my time watching them play video games on TV. I'm cool on all of that. I don't give a damn who was behind the sticks. I probably won't watch video games on TV anyway.
So,
my thing.
So the thing is, what I'll add to that is this. I'd say it burns my Boudin, and it does. And it's exactly for the reasons that you said. I wouldn't want to watch the professional gamers go hoop. So I don't want to watch the professional hoopers go game. So that's out the box. But this is the one thing that I would say, that the NBA has enough money, and what the NBA markets itself on is celebrities and stars, star power. Mm-hmm. Like, so they basically saying that we could put our people, and they got enough money to put on the event. They got enough money to buy the time on ESPN or whatever it is. They got enough money to make it a reality, and they know we're going to tune in because these people are celebrities. They market celebrity, so they know that. And when I say we are going to tune in, I mean we as a nation. I'm not watching that shit, though. I'm not. But you know what's crazy? To even put it on a different level, I've been messing around and watching, like, Bleacher Report Sims, dog.
Absolutely. And that's where I wanted to go with it, because The Saints and the Buccaneers played last night.
And then we lost
really
on that last damn drive. You watched it?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really had my heart in that game.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I was watching it on Twitch. Just long story short, I wasn't like all into them, but I saw they was coming. I was like, what time the Saints play though?
It's not bad, and there's some nostalgia because it's the all-time team.
I don't want to watch it no more now.
It's like
Saints out.
Well, no, I don't want to see any more of it either. But I had interest in it. If the Saints would have went far, like let's say if the Saints would have went to the semifinals or something, I probably would have watched some other games along the way because I ain't got nothing else to watch.
Yeah, Saints out. So
sports-wise,
I mean, I turned it on early, and the Ravens was winning 28-0 over the all-time Browns just because the Raven defense kept taking the ball from them and scoring. But yeah, so there's a whole bunch of different things that you could watch on TV, and but you know what's crazy about that though, Los? That's not even a professional player playing. That's the computer simulating that when people are watching.
Well, I know what that is. Yeah,
and
that's even worse.
They betting on it.
Oh, been real money or just play
real loot on it?
Oh nah, that's too wild for me. I got asthma.
That's beyond me, huh?
That's beyond me.
The last thing that burned my Boudin, this wasn't really gonna be a burn my Boudin session, but we just brought it up before. So we talked about last week about your profession, and I see healthcare professionals, specifically doctors, getting free Chick Fila, and they posted it like day 2 of free Chick Fila. I'm getting this free Chick Fila. That burns my Boudin, man. You can afford Chick Fila. You a doctor. Relax. You don't need no free Chick Fila.
I don't want them niggas getting free Chick Fila. It's the people out who need that free Chick Fila.
It's not I want it, but if they was like, hey, you know what? Bums. Free Chick Fila. Because we know people not giving y'all money because they don't want to put their $1 because they don't want to get that Rona from you. Come get some free Chick Fila.
But don't come inside though. We'll set it up outside. Don't come in here.
We're going to put it in the median.
Yeah, they gonna toss it out to you through the sunroof.
Oh, nothing but Chick-fil-A just sitting in the
all
median.
bums report to your normal corners. Report to your normal corners and intersections. At 1 p.m., we will be out there chunking Chick-fil-A at you.
I can't take you serious. Whole combos or just sandwiches. No, we're gonna send them.
Nah, the both. You know, Chick-fil-A gonna make sure they had a bag nice and tapered so nothing fall out. Now I don't know how they gonna do the drinks. Maybe they can just squirt it in with water hose. Nah, that's bad. But
I look at that. Like I said, I look at that as the equivalent, like when NBA players get all kind of free stuff, like free shoes, free Beats headphones, free whatever. I'm like, you billionaires. Why the hell do you need free Jordans and Beats headphones? And I get it. It's to advertise and it's everything else like that. And I'm like,
well, no, it's on the appreciation because we are definitely appreciative of all the doctors and nurses right now who are risking their lives so we can stay at home. Definitely appreciate y'all. Shout out if you're listening and keep your mask on for real.
So that's what I was about to say. How about Chick-fil-A give them some free masks to keep them safe?
Chicken flavored masks.
Chicken flavored.
Spicy or original though? That's the question.
That is, y'all are ridiculous, man.
Hey, but you know they got people still hoarding masks. Like they did a raid on some dude in Brooklyn. He had like 5,000 boxes of masks. Whatever the mask you're supposed to help keep it away. He had them in his apartment. I guess he was trying to sell them for like 700% the normal price.
Oh, so times 7. That's
no cap.
That's for those of y'all who don't know. 700% means times 7 the regular cost. Just that boy out there wilding, man. Hey, look,
they did it.
You already kind of going into it, Los. So let's start some Rona talk.
And now, Rona Talk. Rona Talk with Aldo NICE, Rog Smuve and Los, a.k.a. C.A.P.
Yeah, baby.
Rona Talk.
Why is that what it should do?
Everybody panicking. That's how the virus look. The virus don't look like it's screaming when they show the virus on the thing.
My G, you sound like a pterodactyl.
Oh, that's a wow, wow. That's what pterodactyls do, dog.
And you would know because you must have went back in time. To pterodactyl.
That was a dog.
Exactly. No, dogs is.
If we weren't on the podcast, I would make you do animal sounds for the next 15 minutes. I'd be like, well, what
I would.
What a kangaroo
I feel like
do?
playing.
What a kangaroo do?
What does a venison do?
What does a venison do? That's funny.
Bah. I feel like playing. All right,
I feel like all of the animal sounds. Like I feel like you remember that little thing when you pull it when you was a kid, and it was.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you didn't do that well.
It was like the circle. It was like the circle. Yeah, the little circle thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, okay. So let's talk about. I stumbled upon this site the other day, and it's had 7 conspiracy theories around coronavirus. That coronavirus was predicted in a novel. It says that basically soon after the news of the outbreak broke, several users started pointing out that a passage in the 1981 book, The Eyes of Darkness by Dean Koontz, eerily predicts the coronavirus outbreak. The photograph of the passage of the book went viral in no time, and people couldn't help but freak out about the resemblance and uncanny, and the evidence was hard to dismiss. To give you background, the plot is based on a mother who attempts to find out what happened to her son after he mysteriously disappeared at a camping trip. It turns out the boy is being held in China, in Wuhan, China. And in the passage, a character named Dombi narrates an account of a virus called the Wuhan 400, which was developed at a rDNA lab outside of the city of Wuhan. And it was the 400th viable strand of a man-made microorganism created at that research center. The passage then gives intricate details about the virus affects the human body, the chilling accuracy with which the 1981 book predicts the outbreak, and the resemblance between the Wuhan 400 and coronavirus is eerie, to say the least. Okay, this is the one I was trying to get to that a bunch of people were talking about this week, the 5G connection. Not sure if you heard about this one. So basically, Raj, this is going to be right up your alley. There's a connection between 5G and coronavirus. They said it is believed to have originated in a wet market in China. Coincidentally, China also turned on some of its 5G networks in November. Basically, Carrie Hilson went online and said this, that there's a connection between 5G and COVID. She said that people have been trying to warn us about 5G for years. Petitions, organizations, studies. What we're going through is the side effects of radiation. 5G launched in China, November 1st, 2019. People dropped dead. So they got like viral videos of people just dropping on the ground and fainting as a result of 5G radio waves. And they said that it's messing with the oxygen levels in the blood. And basically the 5G upload is what did it here. And then there's some other ones about The Simpsons predicting it, and that it's not as dangerous as SARS. So, what? And I was gonna have y'all talk about like the top 3, but whatever, screw them, because they don't really seem like they're a thing that we could do that type of talk on it. But I'm more concerned, interested in that 5G connection. What do you think about that one? Because that's the one that actually brought me to this page. So you know what just happened on the cool? I was talking about the 5G connection, and our phone call dropped. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that's a 5G conspiracy? Los's phone just died twice when I even said anything about 5G. I don't even know.
I think the Chinese heard us. They're definitely listening. And we said Corona one too many times. And I think they just sent the little virus to my phone. Because it definitely restarted in the middle of the conversation.
You know, if they send it to their phone, they send it to you too.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, I got AirPods in, so I'm good.
Oh no, it worked through there too. That's easier because they go through straight through your ear hole,
directly to your to your bloodstream.
Yep.
Raj, tell us something about 5G. You the master. You know a little bit of something about it.
Man, as far as I don't know the ins and outs of 5G. I just never knew it. I never assumed that a network could give us a sickness. And I didn't know that there was like new radiation involved. But I always did say this. I always did wonder, like, man, we got this wireless internet and like we on the phone and I could just go wherever I want to go. I could be on a train. I could be on anywhere I want to be and still have contact with the entire world. And that's remarkable. Something's got to give eventually. Like, I mean, I'm kind of reserving my reserving my scare for whenever they start to do like true wireless charging, to where I could walk into a room and my phone starts to charge. Like that's kind of my breaking point. But I don't
Whoa.
have any faith in the fact that a network gave us the virus.
Mm.
But
I mean, there are places in the world, like not even in the world, like in the United States, where there's whole neighborhoods next to power lines and shit like that where people get cancer. So
that's what I'm saying.
I think that's kind of the idea that they starting with, I guess, maybe.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I just think a signal. Like I think a signal and a electrical surge to me are two different things. I don't know. Maybe they're not, but I don't know. I just don't feel like they're the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know people getting cancer from power line, maybe from certain type of towers, or I know, plants and stuff, people get cancer from those type of things. Or you might get some type of, radiation from around something that puts out a super heavy signal, maybe. I don't know about cancer. That's crazy.
This is true. People actually do get cancer from living too close to power plants. Which is
power plants,
electric. That's where the electrical wires start.
Yeah, the power plant. Okay.
Yeah, like I think they said like birds of paradise and like aloe plant. They
say if you get bit by a Venus flytrap, that'll do something to you.
Yeah, because they say that's a power. They say that's an extra power plant. So
that's wrong with
that's what I had heard. So what y'all think about the fact that they keep pushing this date back? Like Trump was saying, oh, it's gonna be over, whatever, and now it's April 30th was the last check.
Happy birthday.
How long do you think? How many times do you think they're gonna keep pushing this Rona back?
I'm
thinking at least 2 more times.
So I don't have a day or a number of times. I just think it's gonna last for the rest of the year. Because I don't see it getting any better.
We haven't taken the measure to actually shut everything down for real. Because if you really just go out, like you can leave your house right now, it's cars on the street, people still going to grocery stores, people still going. And people still having gatherings at the house or whatever. I mean, I don't think we just haven't shut everything down. Like, okay, 2 weeks, everybody in the house, everything shut down. You shouldn't be nowhere. You know what I mean? To really kind of prevent, like, if you want to put, you really want to curb stop the curve or whatever, or get to it before it really super spikes real crazy. Try to lower that number.
Flatten the curve.
I think you got to shut it. You got to show it completely down. I think you got to shut that thing completely down, man.
Well,
until you do that, I think it's still going to spread.
Well, I mean, that's the way that China and some other countries, South Korea and stuff, attacked it, because they have that kind of authoritarian society where they can say, let's stop this shit right now. We can't do that in America because people are going to be like, I need my guns and my freedom. So they can't.
Well, they can say that.
I mean, people will be having whole wars with the government behind kept telling them to stay in the house. But, people don't listen.
You just release all the tigers. Let the tigers roam. Tiger King. Let them roam. Yeah,
so people don't listen. The thing is, they just like, it's not going to, like you said, it's not going to be effective, the measures that we're taking in place. But it's kind of it's a balance, right? We talk about this all the time. We talk about government. It's a balance in government in regards to how much you give people the opportunity to capitalistic society, to get money, to do different things, and small business and all these other things, and how much you, like, they're trying to balance it to say, oh, we're not going to shut everything down because the virus is serious, but it might not be that serious. It's just a whole bunch of crazy ways to look at it. And they do keep pushing the date back. I think that Rumble, somebody said something about people still have people at their house. Rumble said something funny this week. He was like, black people think social distancing means that you can still hang with your friends. Like, you're just not supposed to hang with new people. And I think that that's hilarious, but true. Like, that is exactly what people be thinking. Oh, we still go. How many times I've been telling y'all for the last 3-4 weeks? We still gonna play cards. We still gonna play basketball. Because they think I'm hanging with my friends. So I'm not out here. I'm not at the club. I'm not at the bar. I'm not at a restaurant. I'm not at the supermarket. I'm just hanging with my friends at the house. That is the stupidest thing. And they just keep running with that. But I mean, how do you even? And we tried to tell.
And y'all touching the same things over and over again. That's. It's not like y'all hanging and y'all just be chilling outside having a drink. You know what I mean? Y'all playing with cards. Like, you touching them. Everybody in that group, about 8, 9 of them touching them cards, touching the chips. Like, everything that you're not supposed to be doing, you're doing.
Well, I told him straight up, I was like, there are apps where you can play poker with your friends in a group. And there is a thing called Cash App where y'all can send money when it's all said and done. I know it might not be the gratification of sitting around shooting the shit like y'all want, but then get on a conference call while y'all are doing it.
Get on Zoom. Get on Zoom.
It is a million different ways that y'all can have that same interaction. We have the technology to do so. And the fact that boys acting like, nah, man, I gotta be over there touching them cards. It's different.
The question is a boy still trying to play cards and basketball? Like right now?
Yeah. Not basket. I haven't heard them talk about basketball in a couple weeks, but cards, yes. Last week they were still playing cards. But I think it's crazy because I think people now all of a sudden, like over the last couple of days, are starting to be like getting serious. I can't stand a get serious person right now though. Somebody who's talking to me like, oh, y'all need to take this serious. Bitch, we've been saying this.
Yeah. My thing, if you got a haircut right now, I can't. I don't get it. Like, you tripping. You part of the problem in my mind.
I don't have a haircut.
I'm out here hurting.
I'm planning on getting a haircut.
Oh, I'm not getting no cut right now.
They had a little article talking about barbers charging between $50 and $150 to come to do home visits for haircuts.
I ain't mad at them.
I'm getting a haircut.
Well, that's what's up. Go to the barbershop and get your haircut. Oh no, you letting them people cut your hair?
No, I figured it out. I'm going to my barber cutting out his house. I'm gonna go to his house. I'm just gonna go in like a hazmat suit.
Okay. I mean, wild shell.
Hey, you could wear a Dickie suit.
You think you're the only one he letting in that house? This shit sounds so funny.
You know what's so funny? All right. No, because I'm so glad that you brought that up.
It's so funny.
Mile High. This podcast is brought to you by Mile High C.A.P. I asked him, so we go to the same barber, and he went and get his haircut. I think last week, and so I was like, "Was it clean in the barber's house?" And he was like, "Bro, it was way more clean than I thought it was gonna be. Like, to be honest with you, it was immaculate." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And he was like, and plus, he was like, the barber told me that he didn't really have too many people coming through the house. And I was like, you know what's crazy about that? You know how you're supposed to add like 3 or 4 or 5 to when you ask a chick, or how many dudes?
That was the analogy I was going with. That was the analogy I was thinking.
How many dudes have been up in there? And she might be, oh no, I ain't really be having, just 1 or 2, and it's really like 17. So that's. That's really what I was thinking, but I'm gonna bring some supplies.
So you're gonna disrespect that man on your face.
I'm gonna disinfect where I gotta sit. I'm not gonna disinfect that man whole crib.
I didn't say disinfect. I said disrespect, but disrespect by disinfect.
Same
crime.
crime.
That man should appreciate me bringing a couple of wipes and wiping down his chair for him. I would appreciate that.
I just feel like them clippers. Okay, do you, man? I pray for you, dog. Hail Mary, Octa, whatever little prayers y'all be saying on y'all knees.
Yeah, I don't need a haircut that bad, so I feel like I'm straight. Cool. I got good hair, so it's like it's a different thing. I mean, there's a certain level of length that once it gets to a certain length, it's gonna be a bad look. But look, we'll cross that bridge when we get to.
I have a nice grade of hair as well. Just don't have all of it, so I just can't look like homie the clown.
My waves out of there. My waves done grew out, but I'm just not gonna get a haircut. I'm cool. I can wear a do-rag on my Zoom meetings. I'm not tripping.
Hey, so yeah, I mean, look, we could talk about that Rona all day, but and talk about how we're supposed to support our barbers and support other businesses, but we always want to definitely kick it up and support one of our favorite black businesses, and that's the Black Coffee Company. So 5 young Xavier alumni have come together to create the Black Coffee Company, man. Y'all visit the blackcoffeecompany.com to check out their art, apparel, and definitely their coffee. With 5 unique blends of Colombian, Brazilian, Ethiopian, and Peruvian coffees, these brothers are giving you some of the best Java from around the globe and some food for thought as well. These fellas aren't only distributing quality coffee, they preach the major tenets of entrepreneurship, financial freedom, and community empowerment. The whole movement is dope, but don't take my word for it. Visit theblackcoffeecompany.com and see what all the fuss is about. The Black Coffee Company. Coffee for the culture.
Ooh, if you need a workout plan after your black coffee, go to Black Coffee Company IG story. Yeah, that boy do push-ups every day.
So check it out. There's obviously something that I don't want to beat around the bush with this because I think it's a very interesting turn of events. with coronavirus happening that I think we need to address. They say the boy wasn't hiding his kid from the world. He was hiding the world from his kid. But as of this week, that man said, I'm not hiding my kid from the world no more, man. He didn't put that boy all on the social, man. What do y'all think about the first pics of baby Drake Los? What are your thoughts on that?
He looked like what he's supposed to look like. I mean, he looked like a little he like a 3/4% white little boy and a little black in him. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he looked like Drake. He got a little Drake face. I don't see nothing wrong with him. I don't know what people expected Tay Diggs to come out of there or something. I don't know what they was expecting, but you know, he looked like a Drake baby to me. Drake had a baby by a white girl. That's what he looked like. Boy got blue eyes. I mean, he looked like Drake mama too. So I don't see the problem. He looked like his little son.
Baby got a touch of albino in him.
Touch of
Maybe
Screech.
not a whole drip, but a little touch.
Screech. Why are you so stupid, man? Call that boy Screech. I mean, you look like a little 3/4 white. You know what I'm saying? 1/4 black baby to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, he definitely looks like a child. Like, you put it in perspective. Because a lot of people think mixed babies are supposed to look like Drake. Are supposed to look like Kaepernick. Are supposed to look like whomever else, Barack Obama. But that's someone who's mixed 50% black and 50% white. We're talking about a mixed person having a baby with a white person. So that baby will usually 9 times out of 10 end up be looking more white than anything else. I wasn't really speaking on, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't looking in the comment section or whatever. Pretty much all of the comments I saw were positive because, you know, people ride the whole, don't talk about no babies, whatever. Don't talk about these children. Don't talk about D Wade's son. Don't talk about Drake's son.
I was reading some mean comments. I was like, this is ridiculous, man. Y'all tripping. I was on Twitter when I saw it, but I'm like, y'all mean. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, the baby look like he gonna be. And I was looking at him, I was like, and he gonna be Drake's son, so he gonna be fly in a minute, and then they're gonna have him dress in a certain type of way. Mm-hmm. So that's
mad. That's that boy son. I ain't mad at Drake. It's about time. Should have been brought that little boy out. But I think he probably just fixed everything with the child mother. I think they're kind of coming to a point where he ain't embarrassed by it no more. Because remember they cleaned that lady image up. They mopped her little image up so fast. Well, like that lady had a Instagram full of pictures. Then next thing you know, she had one on there.
I don't
like they had cleaned up.
I don't necessarily think it's important to have your children at the in the news or forefront. There's plenty of athletes that I like and celebrities that I find out years later that they have a kid. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that everybody's tripping oh, he's finally showing his son he didn't have to. That's not
true.
Important for me to know Drake's life like that. So that's how I feel about it. If that's the question you was asking.
No, it wasn't. I was just asking, I was just making an observation that they're showing the baby now and they had never really showed him before. And it seemed like a concerted effort because of the rap beef that he went with Pusha T a year and a half ago that he said you hiding your kid from the world. Yeah, you hiding your kid from the world and all of that. So when they made that the point, then it's always going to be a part of that child's legacy that someone on a battle rap said that you're hiding the fact that you have a child. And then so when he actually does show the child, it feels like it comes full circle in a sense that it's like, oh, okay. So now that argument's kind of a moot at a point that, okay, yeah, now the baby's online at some point. And whether that was going to be Drake's parenting style or not, whether Drake was going to be having his kid in every little thing like D Wade knew his little child with Gabrielle Union or
LeBron DJ Khaled's son.
Yeah, like DJ like if he was gonna have him in everything or if he was just never gonna have him in nothing like some other celebrities we know. We never knew and we never were gonna get an opportunity to know that because Pusha T beat us to the point by saying you've hiding your child. You know what I mean? So
that's exactly what I just addressed. So and then even a year ago, I accepted the fact that was Drake's son because I heard some little, I don't know, conspiracy, if you will, when he said, I only love my bed and my mom, I'm sorry. The little kid's middle name is my bed. So I was like, oh, okay. It makes sense to me. So Drake's claiming his child a year and a half ago. This to me doesn't chain those two things as much as I guess it does for you.
Well, the rumor was that he was supposed to have a whole little rollout with, I think a Nike or Adidas, one of those companies, probably Nike. He's gonna have a whole little rollout with his son. That's how he was gonna kind of introduce him and stuff. He's gonna pull a DJ Khaled with the whole thing. That's what. After the shit that happened, that's what Pusha T had said. They had a whole little rollout set up for him.
I mean, I can see that as celebrity and how it does. I mean, I just think it's in a way, and I mean, I don't have to give analogies all of the time to with that, but an analogy would be if I got on this podcast right now and said, Raj got a kid that's that you hiding, and you hiding the kid, and nigga, you hiding the kid, and I said that, and then all of a sudden you rebutted back, and we went back and forth about it, and then nobody ever saw that kid. Or maybe you mentioned it on a song or on a podcast later, but never really. The first time you go out there and post a picture of that kid, people are going to think back to that time when I said you're hiding your kid. I'm just saying that makes it come full circle in a sense. It wasn't a deep dive into Drake's parenting or anything like that. It just was an interesting thing. And like I said, Los, you spoke more to my general sentiment that people on the internet were having a lot to say about how the baby looked more than anything. Like they were hopping on that as a talking point, which I thought was just kind of like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's either he's beautiful or he's a funny looking little kid. So there's really no in between on the comments that I saw online. But you said that they scrubbed his mama's Instagram and stuff. Was she just like an IG model or something?
Yeah, I think she was like a naked mom. I'm not sure. They say porn star, but I don't know if she was actually doing, like porn. But I think she just was like a little naked mom on IG.
A little fans only touchy jubes.
Yeah, one of them little fans only mom. But I'm not sure if she did like, you know what I'm saying, real porn with 15 black men and she in the middle looking up at the weenies.
So I mean, I wonder what do the real and I'm not gonna say porn stars. What do the real strippers do at this point? I mean, strip clubs are obviously closed too. So that is a very interesting question that I have. Well, like, do they all go to the social media? Is it like that's the only that's how they make it?
Listen, the new hustle is you go online. The rappers go live and they get women. Add me. Boosie famous for this. Add me. You know what I'm saying? Put your pussy lips on live. I give you $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So they getting how they live on live now. On Instagram live, I'm sure Facebook live. Any kind of live, they busting open and trying to get them cash outs, man. And then, fans only just reported since March, fans only been up like they up like a couple M, like 3-4 M's. People and subscribers and stuff like that since the corona been here. So fans only is the spot if you're a struggling stripper or whatever, if you don't mind busting it open. Fans only, and wait till a rapper get on live. Tory Lane was on live. Tory Lane, whatever. Yeah, little dude, he was on live, had girls showing ass and titties on live. I just saw one live on Twitter the other day where a girl was, she had a, what's they call it, the little thing when they bring the bottles out to with them? The sparklers? She had a sparkler in her vagina in front of her kids, busting it open on live. So it's going down.
See, I think that's just I think it's really, I don't know, the right word for that is so weak because it's like some people are kind of maybe just some general pervs who like, hey, I want to get out and I want to go to the strip club and it's after work and I'm going to the strip club every weekend and like whatever. But a lot of people, it shows their reasonings for doing so. Like people like Bootsy and people like other people like that who are giving people money to dance or to get naked on IG or whatever that is, whatever that phenomenon is. Mm-hmm. They the same people who go to strip clubs and just show and just make it rain. Yeah. Meaning that it's all a display of showing how much money I got, that I could just do whatever with money. For a regular dude who just go to the strip club, how I dare just a regular cat who be going to the strip club to go give some money to somebody just to watch them strip online when you could go to Pornhub or whatever it is for free.
That's my whole thing about it. And like when I was in here bored, I said, let me see what Boosie. I do not. The first one I watched, he had girls showing their titties. He was called the QTD, Quarantine Titty Day, and and he was cash apping like girl short to cash him $50. He cash up and sent $100. She did something wild. One girl, showed a pussy lip. He sent it like $125. I was like, damn. And the whole time like, damn, it's somebody on here gonna know you, because there was a few thousand people on there. Somebody he could know you, and I know this is going viral on YouTube. And she had her face in there, yeah, her name on there, who she was, and then she showed her pussy lips. I'm like, damn, these women really don't care. Like, it's crazy.
There's a whole nother part to it that means that, honestly, we live in a society where if that is their occupation, if that's what they do for a living, dance and make X amount of money on the weekend, then they gotta they gotta pay their bills. Ain't nobody subsidizing housing for strippers who live somewhere and paying $800 rent and got 2 kids over there. Now all of a sudden, shit, ain't no money coming in because you can't do it. So they gotta find the money to get it somewhere.
Yeah, the person I was looking at, I don't know if she was a stripper though. I guess that's why I'm saying it. Like, I don't know all of them were strippers. Like, it wasn't like I'm a stripper. You know what I'm saying? We just saying that some of them you can tell the way they dance, they was strippers. Like the girl who put the sparkle in her pussy and then was shaking it and then she grabbed it and flipped over at the same time. And when they panned over, her kids was right there next to the bed watching with somebody holding her children. Like, I was like, oh, she a stripper. You know what I'm saying? She over there trying to get it. But, other than that, I don't know. I don't make all, cause I feel like all the strippers with the fans only.
Well, I guess
only
nowadays,
fans,
if you're gonna look at it, you gotta pay.
Yeah, that's wild.
And cue up that music for Nothin NICE to say.
They say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say with Aldo NICE.
Ain't nothing nice. You hear me?
So shit, I was talking about the other day how people slide things in when you're not looking, so to speak. So I was talking about that bill that the government's trying to give, they're trying to give that relief bill, give people a couple $100. But then to get that done, they're going to slide in some extra provisions about maybe voting, about other things that they want to get across on their agenda. And who knows? So you got to really be able to look at the fine print when people try to pass certain things during times of crisis right now. So just one thing that kind of stuck out to me this week was I heard that when the NFL season comes back, they're going to have 7 teams in the playoffs in each side as opposed to 6. So they're adding an extra team to the playoffs. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of wild. Okay, that's something I hadn't really thought about. And I'm like, they just kind of slid it in without much fanfare this week. And I'm like, okay, that's going to add an extra team. Who benefits from something like that? And I started kind of really thinking about it. And I'm like, oh, this was an old Thomas move to get teams like the Cowboys who can't make the playoffs, who perpetually 8-8 every season, an opportunity to make it in the playoffs when they don't deserve it. So all of that to say, I ain't got nothing nice to say about the NFL going to 7 teams in the playoffs. So I won't say nothing at all.
I don't like it either. It's money. It's all money based, and it's for the wrong reasons.
Trying to slip and slide that into the mix, man.
You know, Jerry Jones was pushing that.
I mean, I knew that was the hang up. That was the hang up in the latest CBA. It was that game was a big deal to players. They didn't want to play that game, and they just announced it. At first, we didn't know when it was going to happen, but now it's supposed to happen. Not this season coming, if it even comes, but the next season.
What game are you talking about?
I'm not talking about a game. I'm talking about a season.
Mm-hmm. So, no, you said that extra game.
So that means that there's an extra game. That means only if there's 7 teams in the playoffs, that means that there's only 1 team that gets a bye. So that means there's an extra game.
Oh, no. It won't be an extra game. Well, it'll be an extra. Oh, I get you. I get what you're saying. It's an extra game for that team, though.
But yeah, the player's not playing an extra game, right?
No,
yeah,
I'm not talking
not playing an extra game.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not. That's coming too. But I just mean that extra game, just money wise. Like there's an extra game. In
yeah. Because two extra games.
Right. Well, 1 per conference. Right. Yeah. So 2 extra games in the playoffs. So that's all. I'm just saying that we didn't know when it was coming, but now we know that it's gonna happen in season 2021.
Yeah, so basically there's only going to be 1 team with a bye in the playoffs, and then the number 2 seed has to play the number 7, and then the number 3 plays the number 6, and the 4 plays the 5. So pretty much it's all consistent except for the fact that like this year instead of 2 teams getting a bye. It was I don't even remember. It was the 49ers and somebody who I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers. So it would have been the Packers would have ended up playing against the Rams. Like the Rams would have actually made the playoffs, and then the Packers would have played. So even while we're talking about this, the Cowboys still wouldn't have made the playoffs. FYI.
but now with an extra team in the playoffs per conference, 7-9 might be a good season going forward. I get what you're saying, and that sucks.
Mm-hmm. They said that it alleviates one big thing that there were over the course of the last 20 seasons, 10 teams have had 10 wins and not made the playoffs. And they said under this new format, only one of those teams would have still not made the playoffs. So it would have pretty much said that 10 wins guarantees you to make the playoffs now. Which is a good thing, I guess. Even if a 7-9 gets in there, it rewards you're not gonna mess over a team that goes 10-6 and they don't make the playoffs. So that part of 7-9
gets on the other side.
Yeah. That part of it is a positive part, man. Look, are there any other cool happenings there, man? Look, I'm gonna probably have a virtual happy hour coming real soon, so y'all be on the lookout for that. Get that popping. Get the.
Just let me know.
Just to let you know, is you ready?
We can do that, right? We can do that after this.
I mean, shit, we get it popping this Friday. Look, I saw a post earlier. Somebody talking about some. What time happy hour would start when people could go outside? They were like, what time I can start drinking on a regular day? So, got everybody turned over and doing things the wrong way. But man, look. Until next time, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Make it a best friend weekend.
Bow.
And we out.
Bow. Bow.
I love niggas with conversation that find the click with no navigation. Mandatory that I get the head, but no guarantees on the penetration. I be texting with a bi chick, we both freaky, just trying shit. Main nigga getting super jealous, he don't even know about the other fellas. I need a Mr. Clean, make that pussy beam. Okay, I just need a baker, make that pussy cream. Okay, you woke up mad at me before you even brush your teeth. That's super sad. Fuck it, carpe diem. I'm so indecisive you can cuff me, but I'm wifey. I just want a nigga who gon' slurp me like an icy. Bitches bite me so hard, had to put them on a diet. Bitch, this ain't no tryout, so little hoe, you better not try me. I got a man, I got a bitch. I'm a banana, they got a split. One on top, one in your tip. One for the club, one for the crib. My nigga fine, I wanna fuck. Ice in his mouth, eat me up. Rocking his chain, wearing his ring, getting some brain.
Right.